Welcome to another Traveling with Terriers Top 5 with Tommy, Winston, and Louie. This is our top 5 tips for emptying your RV's black and gray waste tanks.
Am I on? Welcome to top 5 tips for emptying your tanks. All right, let's get started. This is a job that involves some nasties, some bacteria and stuff. So it's really important to wear gloves. Things generally go fine, but it's better to have gloves, especially in case things don't go fine. So we get these disposable nitrile gloves like healthcare workers use. But as long as you have gloves, that's the key. And put them on before you start. All right, the next thing is to set up to get ready to dump the tanks. So you've already positioned your RV in your site if you're at a campground. That's this video. But if you're at a dump station, the process is the same, although you usually want to move along a little faster than if you're at your own campsite. So this is handy to have because it starts short and is progressively taller, and it lets it have a decline in the hose. So everything runs through the hose and it's not just laying flat on the ground. So this is our first dump pipe, and we have a black tank and there's a valve under there, and we have a gray tank, and both of those come off of this pipe, the sewer pipe. So I'm just going to set this from there over to this dump sewer cap, and this is where the sewer pipe is going to go into. So next is the sewer pipe itself, and most RVs I think have, as part of the rear bumper, this is a 4-inch bumper, and the sewer pipes fit, or the sewer pipes fit, the sewer hoses fit perfectly in here. So you just pull it out of there. If you don't have one of these, a lot of people will put a PVC pipe here and attach it to the trailer frame, and that stores their tank equipment, particularly the hose. We have 2 of these, so that they can attach together just in case one of them doesn't fit. They do accordion out and they stretch out pretty far, but sometimes you're just further from the sewer than one hose reaches. So it's always good to have an extra one so you're not stuck in a pinch. The other piece that goes onto this hose is this elbow connector, and it's clear so you can see when the wonderful clean water is coming through, right? We're not going to show the nasty stuff. You can use your imagination for that, but we do want to show what this looks like when everything's done and clean water's coming through. Okay, so I'm touching this. I have these gloves on. This is an example of why you want to wear gloves, because this is a piece that isn't the cleanest. So this attaches to the end of this hose, just like that. There's rubber O-rings in there for it to have a really good seal. So this goes in here. You can screw it on. This one has threading, but you don't have to. You can just set it right on there. It looks like it has good support here. A lot of people will find a big stone. Sometimes there's a big rock right here, something heavy to put on here to make sure it doesn't flop around or come loose. Okay, we've seen some bad experiences. The next tip that we want to share is make sure the valves are closed before taking this cap off. Okay, we have a clear cap so that we can see if there's a liquid here, but sometimes either driving down the road, these valves can come loose. It's really rare, but maybe more likely, and what we've seen and heard about, is some kids will be a little mischievous and they'll come and just pull these. Then when you go to open this cap, everything comes gushing out, and you don't have a chance to get this on there. So we've seen this happen. So make sure these are closed before you do anything. Ours are. Now we can remove this cap. There's always a little bit of condensed water that comes out. It's another reason to have gloves on. And we're gonna stretch this hose and attach it on there. It just twists onto these pegs. And then we wanna just guide this towards our drain there. And you can see it's already kind of come out because it's not screwed on. I need to lengthen it a bit, spin this. And you can imagine there may have been a little residue liquid in here and it would have come out here. We don't like to really touch anything within about 5 feet of these drains. Just for that reason, we don't know what other people before us, what kind of experiences they may have had with dumping. This all looks pretty secure. It's not going to move. We're ready for the next step. When it actually comes time to empty your tanks, if it's a black tank and a gray tank, always do the black tank first, because that's where the unclean liquids come running out, and then you'll close that, and then we'll do the gray tank, and that's going to be shower water and soapy water from a kitchen faucet or from a sink, and that's going to clean this hose for you. So we're going to empty the black tank first. To do that, you just pull, like kind of double check everything, it's all connected, pull this, and you can hear liquids are coming out of the black tank and they are flowing out. So while our black tank is still emptying, our trailer comes equipped with a thing called a black tank flush, and we have a specific hose just for that, a garden hose. Definitely recommend getting your own garden hose just for your black tank flush if you have one. And what this does is that you hook it up to a water supply, you hook it up to your trailer somewhere wherever it says black tank flush, and you turn on the water supply while the black tank valve is open, and it's going to shoot water around in there with a little sprinkler system inside of your tank there actually, and it's going to just dislodge any solids, anything that didn't come flushing out. It's going to clean in there really good. So if you have the luxury of time at a campsite, generally just the longer you let it run, the better, until you start seeing clear water come out. This is where our black tank flush hooks up. So our black tank is about empty. We don't hear or see much coming out anymore in that clear elbow. I'm going to turn this on, and it's going with the valve open, and it's now doing a sprinkler inside of our black tank. And it's going to start building up some water in there, and then that water is going to start flowing out. Make sure to let everyone else know inside not to use the restroom, because what happens is if that flapper in the toilet opens while this is running, it's possible that water could come shooting up, and it's not the cleanest water that would come shooting up. So we want to make sure no one's using the restroom while this is running. Our black tank is done. We're going to move on to the gray tank. So our gray tank, now all we do is just open this. And this wonderful sudsy, soapy, showery sink water is going to start coming through, and that's why we do the gray tank second. So that is almost empty. Looks like we're just down to about a trickle. Not much liquid coming out, so I would say our gray tank is about empty. You could let it completely go dry, but we're going to be here for a few days, so I'm just going to go ahead and close this valve. And that is how to empty the tanks. All right, tip number 4. So when you're ready to disconnect all this, like if you are now getting ready to leave, all the valves are closed, but don't just disconnect this and let it flop, because there could still be liquid in here. So it's a real good idea to just, like you do when you're emptying a garden hose of water that was just recently hooked up, you want to lift this in sections to where any remaining liquid in there comes running out. Okay, just like that. All right, tip number 5. We've emptied our tanks and we are going to go show how to prime the black tank. All right, our black tank is empty and our gray tank is empty. So we want to get the black tank ready for use, and that's called priming the tank. And here's how to do that. So the black tank is only connected to the toilet. So we do this through using the toilet. The first thing to do is drop in one of these orange drop-in pods. Those are RV sanitizer drop-in pods, and they just help break everything down and kind of turn everything into a sludge so that it can drain, you know. That's what those do. You can see it already start bubbling and working. Next, we're putting in some borax. Okay, we're just gonna shake some in here, because this also helps dissolve and keep things clean, and it sanitizes too. And I'm going to fill the toilet bowl about all the way up. Because we don't want an empty black tank when we start using it. We want there to be liquid in there to kind of help everything dissolve along. So I just emptied that into the tank, add a little more water. You can see there's a little borax stuck there. We're gonna try to get that. Now this time, normally we use Calgon, take me away, but it's Calgon water softener, but this works as well. So this is just laundry fabric softener. It gives it a nice smell. The Calgon and the water softener helps keep things from sticking to the sides of the tank. And I'm going to dump that down there and then fill this up a bit. And then there's that borax that just broke off. That's good. It's gonna go down in there. So now I'm gonna put some Dawn in here. And this is really good for the tank cleanliness, antibacterial, plus it cleans the toilet bowl too while you are filling up water. So about 2 full toilet bowls of water is what we like to do to put into the black tank. And there it goes. So there's some Dawn left there, maybe a little borax still to just kind of clean out this toilet bowl. And the black tank is now primed. That is the top 5 tips for emptying the tanks.
Visit travelingwithterriers.com for all of our top 5 videos. Plus, download a free PDF of this top 5. Thanks for watching and happy traveling.